What's going on, everybody? Christian Pedersen back with another. It's summer. Let's talk about high school football edition of San Diego Prep Insider. This is going to be a longer one than I can have entirely here on Reels, so check out the full thing on YouTube, link in bio. I want to talk about high school football, the rankings drama that's going on with Cal Preps migrating over to become highschoolrankings.com and talking about how nobody's entirely satisfied with last year's playoff system. The way that it is done in San Diego, for those of you that are new to the high school football ranks, it's a good conversation to have. You take all the teams. Traditionally, they have been slotted into divisions before the start of the season. So if you're if you're D1, no matter how good or bad your season is, the only thing you can do is open or D1. If you're in D3, you can only do D3. If you yada yada yada. They switched last year to something that is done in the southern section and is embraced conceptually by a fair amount of high school sports ranks across the nation, of taking everybody, ranking them into one large batch, 1 through 1 whatever, and then sectioning out. First 4 go to open, next 12 go to here, next 12 go to there, all the way down. So it allowed for things like in the first year, Saints to be a D1 team who slipped down into D3, for Army, Navy, and Eastlake to meet up. These are just a couple of the gripes and complaints that I heard loudest from the community. But, you know, a couple of anomalies, little blips. I think I have made my point clear that this system is going to, I'm embracing that it's going to work out, but I do think that there are some tweaks maybe that need to be made. So I wanted to throw those out there. The system, I think, is going to largely work out because, number one, the scheduling, I believe, will become more precisely attuned to what schools need to do. Like if you are a school that is trying your best to be a D3, D4 kind of competitive, most likely you will figure out who you do and don't want to play in your non-league season and how much potential ups and downs you want to incur into your rankings. So there are smart enough people there. On the Cal Preps front, I think that this is another notch in the belt of, like, we need to, as a section, come up with our own formula for rankings. It is difficult, but I don't think it's rocket science. I mean, I look at some of the other sports here in San Diego, and we have people in all of these sports who are really, really smart math people that know it. I mean, Aaron Quisnell over in the golf world, you can check out all the cool live scoring websites and templates that he's popped. Like, we just have math, numbers, people that we can call upon in this section to help us come up with a formula that I think the CIF San Diego section can fully embrace. Largely the San Diego section of Joe Hines and those guys exist to reflect the will of the people. So these are all changes that were implemented by the coaching committee voting on them. So look, I think the CIF section is down to do whatever is best for the section. And I think that the section doing this 1 to 100 something is what's largely, in long terms, the best, because once these math anomalies get kind of worked out on the scheduling end, I think you will see that it's a consistent cream of the crop rises every year, and that the 1 or 2 are always going to happen, that someone's always going to be the 12 seed, like SFC last year, going up to D1 versus being the 1 seed or not the 1 seed, but a 2 seed of Bishops. You know, SFC wins a league title, gets kind of ostensibly screwed by going up. Bishops loses a league title, is not going to lament having a bye week and then a home game in the playoffs. So there's always going to be some negative to it every year. But my thing is, number one, let's come up with our own base mathematical formula that is transparent, that is put in the CIF Green Book, so that everybody can understand, hey, this is the way that the playoffs are calculated. And then B, maybe this is the crazy idea that I'm kind of throwing out there on this one, is let's develop a selection committee to help do quality control, if you will, a group to have, like, let's do the math, but then have a group of people who are no longer coaches, maybe they never were, but currently are not working for a school or a team of any capacity, just independent people that look at the holistic nature of it and have, say, the ability to move a team up or down 5 slots is kind of the number that I have in my mind. Like, if you're the, if you're the number 28th ranked team and you would be the 7 seed in D2 or something like that, and this team is like, no, like these guys are really good, like move them up. You can move them up to the 23rd ranked team and put them as like a home game bye type of in the D2, or you can move some of those smaller ones up and down. You can say, hey, okay, this is a small school, they performed admirably in a great year, but the math kind of screwing up their year, so let's push them back down, give them a little bit more favorable. I think you kind of get what I'm saying here. I have ideas for the committee specifically. I've only talked with one of these people, so do not take this as inside information. This is just a hypothetically who I would put on the committee. Let me know, though, what you guys think. Drop a comment on, just as we go through all of this, drop a comment on anything you want to talk about. But specifically, I think let's get some real names out there, because I don't know everybody. But my names are, and my ideas on why to go with each one of those people is starting with John Carroll. Represents North County. He's an Oceanside coach. He's one of the winningest coaches of all time. Guy knows ball from all sorts of eras, too. Has been around with different playoff formats, and I think has a good feel for this. I like Tommy Morris to be a representative of, he's done the coaching side, he's done the playing side, he's done the media side. He has I think a good holistic feel for all this. Is a Country Day person, so represents the smaller school contingent as well as that media contingent. I like Rick Jackson, the now retired Madison coach, who was a state champion, was a section champion, has done it the right way for a long time. I think he could be a fantastic asset to this. I like Tyler Arciaga to be the South Bay representative. Most recently, he was at the helm of Bonita Vista. He's also been at Mar Vista in my time. He's been around for a while and knows, again, all these guys, elite ball knowledge. And then finally, I like Joe Evangelist to be the Valley representative. Guy's seen it and done it. He's been out at championship games, embracing like the 5AA level, knows the small schools, knows the big schools with Brawley and Central. So I think those 5 guys, to me, I like the odd number construction of it, because it's a group that you put together. They can, like, they're not going to tie vote on something. Like I said, if some say, hey, we move these up, some say, hey, we move these down, like, they're not going to split the vote entirely. Like, somehow there will be a net move. But yeah, so you get these 5 guys in a room at the end of a year with a formula that has been publicly agreed upon by these coaches, that's as simplistic as we can create it, so that it is not some like overly difficult thing for coaches to figure out. These 5 guys look at the numbers and have the ability to say okay or no to the numbers, and then move teams a certain amount up or down. And that, I think, is the solution but that is my mini rant on the solution for San Diego high school football playoffs. Like I said, let me know what you think. Drop a comment on literally any part of this. Would love to keep following this up. Would love to hear from you guys. I'm going to have people on the show all year long talking about this. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you soon for the San Diego high school football season.